mean, I'm baffled, really. I can't believe it. I mean, firstly, I feel like Ngannou was robbed. Obviously, he scored the knockdown. No one actually did anything in the fight. The fight was a stinker. But Ngannou won the fight. I can't believe we're actually having this conversation. I mean, you're talking about a guy that has never boxed before, and respect to him, because he was better than I thought. He still don't beat... Like, people are going to say, how can you say that? Honestly, I don't think he wins southern areas. English, like, Fury looked like he has never put on a pair of boxing gloves before in his life. I don't know whether he's shot. I don't know whether he didn't train. I don't know whether he's thinking about the Usyk fight. He was absolutely awful. Let AJ go in there and end his career, please. Or Ngannou's earned the right for a big fight. Let AJ go in and knock Ngannou out inside 3 rounds. Not a problem. Forget about Fury Usyk. Dead fight. Dead fight. No one's interested in that fight at all. I cannot believe what I was watching. I mean, Fury didn't even try. Like, Ngannou was so tired. All you had to do was step on him.
You think Ngannou deserved to win?
Yeah, 100. I mean, have you not been listening to what I've just said for the last 2 minutes?
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn as he responds to Tyson Fury's win over Francis Ngannou. And he claims that Usyk Fury dead. AJ will end Tyson Fury's career. Tyson looked like he never put the gloves on, or a pair of gloves on in his life. And AJ will knock out Francis Ngannou with no problem. And all Tyson had to do, because Francis Ngannou was tired, was step on the gas. Let me counterpunch. First of all, let's do this in order. Usyk and Fury is not dead, okay? If anything, it makes that fight more intriguing because it's actually a real fight, okay? For one. I can't even say a real fight no more, because that was a true competition. It makes people understand what the hell I've been saying all year long about Usyk and Tyson. You know, now people are starting to see, because, you know, seeing is believing with a lot of people. You know, Wilder, speak it, believe it, receive it. A lot of people's, you know, seeing, now they believe it. That's what happens. Now, I don't think it's dead. No, I don't agree with Eddie Hearn with that. Okay. And keep in mind, Eddie Hearn is in a position now that he's supposed to downplay the performance between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, which, you know, it was, I think, rounds that were swing rounds that really wasn't a lot. And I think it was because Francis wasn't able to hit him because Tyson was busy holding and surviving and moving and, you know, all that stuff. Now, could AJ go in there and knock out Francis Ngannou? Okay. We have a lot to talk about today. And I don't know if he could. I don't know. Because I think people really should look at the whole idea of the punching power of Francis Ngannou. I was a doubter simply because Francis is coming from a platform that the gloves are different. If the gloves are different, the punches should be different. But it just shows you that this guy has that type of power. I'm a believer now, okay? You know, Deontay made a believer out of me how hard and he can punch. So is Francis. You know, because this is supposed to be a guy that you had to technically nail to the canvas. But Tyson Fury got on that damn bicycle and he been pedaling ever since, and he pedaled on the way to the 10th round, okay? So keep that in mind. You know, if you have Tyson doing that, okay. Now, was Tyson reluctant? Could he, in fact, all he had to do was step on the gas? Well, I think, Eddie, that's easy for you to say. That's easy for you to say AJ would have took out Francis Ngannou too. You weren't in there. You know, and in fact, I don't even think Tyson Fury had the punching power to hurt Francis. And I think people underestimate the durability of this guy. You know what I mean? This guy from, you know, Congolese guy that's been through hell and back, that has taken out a lot of UFC fighters in his time, but has went through a whole lot of shit to get to where he is to this day. Okay, so, all he had to do was press on the gas because he was that tired. Well, obviously not. Okay, because for one, he was thinking about that damn punch that could come back. And for two, he didn't want to trade because he's thinking about that power from the punch that comes back. Okay, so I think with Eddie, stating that the fight was a stinker, I don't think it was a stinker at all. I think we thought it was going to be a stinker. But, now the thing is, was Francis robbed? And I say there's a high possibility. When I look at fights like this, let's take, for example, Andre Ward versus Kovalev 1. I think Kovalev beat Andre in the first fight. And I think because of the knockdown, I think that was the defining factor of the fight. I say the same about this particular fight, but there were a lot of swing rounds. And one thing I want people to keep in mind, okay, when you have scorecards that close, especially 94-95 for Ngannou, 95-94 for Tyson, that one in the middle was bullshit. But they weren't stupidly off the radar, okay? You know what I mean? I mean, people were kind of outraged about that middle scorecard, but, still, it was close enough to be like, okay, well, at least somebody or 2 out of 3 ain't bad, okay? And then 2 out of 3 of these judges were actually looking at that fight the way maybe it's supposed to go or how they actually truly saw it. You know what I mean? But yeah, Eddie claiming that Usyk, nobody wants to see Usyk versus Tyson Fury. He has, a vested interest guy, the IBF mandatory that he co-promotes, and his name is Filip Hrgovic. So, you know what I mean? He's supposed to say that. But was Francis Ngannou robbed? Is Eddie Hearn biased for saying that? He may be, but he's not alone with the idea of people thinking that Francis was robbed. So, hey, if it's biased, it's disguised very well because he doesn't think that by himself. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that AJ will end Tyson Fury's career. He looks like a shot fighter. I believe he might have had some ring rust. We will go live today, absolutely. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.